and today we're making more collaged elements for my sewing journal. I'm adding in some items from the Sassy Simplicity kits that will be coming out tomorrow, and I think that they are really fun. Stay tuned for tutorial. Hi everybody, it's Julie, and I'm here to make some more embellishments for the sewing journal. So if I can find a hardcover book, I'm going to be making it into a hardcover book. I want to go ahead and add a couple of tags made out of the paint chips. So I also have some of the leftover items from the Christmas Sassy Simplicity sewing sets. They are junk journal kits that have all these fun papers that Simplicity put out last year. So there was wrapping paper, there were note cards, there was ribbon, and I had picked up all that, and so I've put together some kits. They will be on the shop on the 25th since they're Christmas. I will be adding Christmas stuff all day tomorrow to the shop, which I'm pretty excited about. So I have these two, and so I thought we'd go ahead. I also have a stamp set that I had picked up, and so I thought, let's see what's in here. So anyway, I got these at JoAnns last year at Christmas time. And so there's some tags in here too, which is kind of cool. And this ribbon will match what I'm doing, I think. And you know, I needed more stamps, so why not? She says in jest, because I have so many stamps. Okay, so I'm not real sure about their stamp pads, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Ranger Archival ink. I like these, and I think we'll go ahead and let's stamp on the tags. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll try this one. And I should have stamped this on something else for its first time, but oh my gosh, no, I didn't need to. Wow, it stamps really, really well. If you have these put away, you might want to pull them out because they stamp really, really nicely. So, yeah, so I will be, I will have a detailed video of what is in the kit, and then they are limited supply because, of course, I only was able to buy what I was able to buy. And they are, they do have some items in them that make them a Christmas theme, but they don't have to be Christmas. Okay? So that's just, they've got some really fun stickers that are Christmas themed. So I made them Christmas themed. Okay, I need something. Here we go. Go ahead and distress this. And I'm probably going to put it on the front of these other. And I am doing assembly line. I'm just going to do 2. Okay? So we're going to do 2 of these paint chips. There we go. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and I don't need to distress everything in this book because some of this book is not distressed. Some of the pages. But as we found out with the last project, some things just look so much better distressed. So I found, oh my gosh, I found some amazing things to put in these kits. I am so excited. I have an etiquette book from the 1940s that I was able to get pictures out of. And then, okay, so this is from the calendar. It's a perpetual calendar, and so it has sassy statements on every page. I just want the girl. I'm not making a sassy book. If you're making a sassy book, this is, I mean, the Christmas quotes are on the sassy side. It's all pretty sassy. Okay, so there we have her. I'm thinking we might want some of the pattern paper that we've been using. And okay, so there I have some pattern paper. I have the girl. So I guess I'm collaging again, and let's see, we have this tag. Okay, I like that so far. And then we'll use probably some of the bias tape that I have for the tag up at the top. And then, oh, this would be cool, but I don't want to cover the simplicity. But it can come underneath the pattern under here. Okay. Okay, so that's this one. And let's go ahead and put it down. And we'll put this away just so we don't end up with it all over. Okay, glue. Glue got moved. Yeah, so on our trip yesterday, I found a bookstore that I cannot wait to go back to. Oh my gosh. On Sundays, they have 2 aisles of hardback books for $1. And I was like, oh, and we had reservations. You can't make reservations, but you get your little, you turn your name in, and it was an hour wait for where we were gonna go to eat. So, and it was time for us to go back. So, needless to say, I'm just putting some glue on this piece just randomly. You can decoupage it if you want. I don't decoupage usually. I'm just doing a starburst this time. And what I'll do is, if there's edges that I need to put down, I'll put some more glue on those edges. Okay, let's move everything out of the way that we're going to be using. Put our pattern down. I like it. So we do need some glue over here. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and actually put it on the pattern. Okay, and then lay it down. There we go. And then you could go ahead and flip it over and glue it on the back, especially if you aren't planning to cover this. But I am planning to cover that, so I'm not gonna waste good pattern. Okay. Okay. Now we need to put her on, and I want her to cover the word child, because this is a child's pattern that I'm using. So yeah, so originally this was going to be a single signature journal, but I've decided that I want it to be a hardcover. I just have to find a hardcover. So once I find a hardcover, then we'll be able to take care of that. And I just noticed we did not distress her, so I'm going to go ahead and just go around the outside. Okay, and then I'll cut off the bottom here. Okay, I like that. Okay, so next I want to put this up to the edge up here. I want some of the blue to show up, and I am going to go ahead and glue it down. I thought I was going to let it be free, but I think I want it to stick up the top. So I'm going to go ahead and add glue to the tag. And again, this tag I stamped with the Simplicity stamps. Oh, I love it. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and we'll put some of this tape measure down. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And then I did want to do some messy thread on this, and we'll just go ahead, we'll use some of the crochet thread for that. So around 3 fingers, around 2 fingers, around 3 fingers, and then go ahead and twist it, and we'll add it right there. I am going to use a stapler to hold it down. Okay. And then that's bigger than I thought. I was like, oh, I can use that on there. It's too big. So let's see about a button. I want one that's flat. we've been using a variety of the brown like this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach the button. And I'm going to just start it from the back because I'm going to cover the back with note paper anyway. And actually I'll start it through this, and that way carefully. Okay, so through, and I'm just using what I had left on the thread from my last thread project, whatever that was. Probably sewing the Ladies in Waiting trifold tracker keeper thingy. Okay, so there we now have a button. I'm going to go ahead and sew it off here in the... Okay. So, close it off with a knot. And we can come back through the front. And we can leave some string hanging. Okay. So there's that. And I love it. And then up here I have some vintage, crazy vintage. This is ribbon embroidery, Air Force Blues, 100% silk, 3 yards. I was thinking about just attaching this little package somewhere in there. Maybe I should do that. We'll use... I have this same binding too. I think this was out of Loretta's sewing stuff, actually. Loretta is my aunt that I inherited the postcards from, that started my whole digital thing. And then she is the star of A Romantic Valentine digital kit. There we go. Okay. Okay, so vintage bias tape there, and I love this. Okay, to finish this off, we're gonna go ahead and out of my mom's notebook where the paper is aging all by itself, we're gonna go ahead and add some paper to the back. That way you have a place to write. And we cover up all this back here. Sometimes I cover the backs of these. Sometimes I'll just put like a stack of note on the back. Today we'll go ahead and cover it with note paper. Okay. And then trim it. If you're here for the premiere, I'm waving. Hi! And say hello to Chip. Hi, Chip. I'm so glad you've joined us today. If you're here for the premiere, please come on over and say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you, and we are so excited you're here. We also have our Facebook group, Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Julie, and it is another place that we get to share projects, ideas, inspiration, and we'd love to have you join us there. If you are interested in the challenge, the details video is down below, and we do start a new challenge on September 1st, and it's a surprise and no hints. So this challenge will end on August 31st. We are doing the assembly line junk journal challenge. It has been a lot of fun, and just so you know, we've had several people finish journals in less than 3 days. Like 2 days, and a couple of people have made their journal for a challenge in 1 day. And just so you know, there are prizes just for finishing your journal on time and posting it. So that's the party I was talking about. And so if you have finished your July journal, I'm so excited. We get to let you into your group later today. And let's get back to our program. Okay, so I'm just trimming around the outside. So I have the first one done, and I can just go ahead and make another one that is very similar. And I think I will probably go ahead and sew around the outside of this one because we are using the sewing machine. It is a sewing journal. I think that that would be kind of cool. Okay, so I would go ahead, do the same thing with another one of the images, and even maybe 2 or 3. So that is that. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do the second one today. We're going to move on to another image. So I'm going to go ahead, and so that I don't waste, I'm just going to go ahead and use her right now. So rip around her. Okay, since we're right here, I'm going to go ahead and add this to this note paper right now. Again, so that I'm not wasting stuff and then I don't have to go looking for it. It does 2 things. It's going to give me that vintage paper. And you know, I don't usually put lines in the opposite ways, but on a card, it kind of doesn't matter which way it's going as long as you've got writing space. Okay, because when you turn it over, I mean, if it was on the front, yes, I would want it to be in line. But on the back, either way, I think is going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go. Okay. So there's the back. And I think I actually want to do the corners on this. So I am going to take out the corner rounder and round the corners. I like it because it makes it look more like a card than just some paper that I stuck in there. So there we go. We rounded the corners. Okay, so we have, this is from the wrapping paper. And I'm going to go ahead and put a strip of these down at the bottom. So we can go ahead and cut them right here. I have 2 different wrapping papers. So I think I will put that and put her like that. I'm gonna put this on it. So we're gonna use the similar pieces of items. And I'm just gonna grab some of the sleeve here. Okay. So this is gonna go like this. I like all the notches and stuff in a pattern. I like to use those pieces in my journals if at all possible. So I think if we go, I don't want to lose, yeah, we're gonna lose that because, okay. So if we go over, we'll still have the notches, and let's rip this a little closer to her sleeve and her arm. I'm holding it so that I don't go over, hopefully go over past my finger. And so let's go ahead and put this down. So there, in those kits that I made, you get pages from the wallpaper that you'll be able to put in your projects. You get several of the calendar pages, and you can use them as they are with the sassy saying, or you can cut them or rip them like I'm doing to be able to just use the girl. Okay, so if I bring my line all the way down, okay, there we go. So we'll have notches over here, we have the line, and I like the texture that happens when I use pattern, because it crinkles. It crinkles. Okay. So this is going to go here. Okay, remember we want to have everything touch in some way if you can. When I am there, I want to see her shoe. Okay, so her shoulder is going to be even with that. Let's go ahead and put the tag down. I could leave it so that it was a flap and it could go on the front of a pocket or something, or it could be like a clipboard, but I'm not doing that this time. Okay, so I forgot to clean this off. Okay. So patterns, you know, if you don't have any and you haven't been out and been able to find any at like yard sales or things like that, don't forget to ask. There are probably people out there in your life that have patterns that don't really, that would be happy for you to have them. So don't forget to put it out there that you're looking for sewing patterns. Tell them they can be used or new, any era, any type. People give me stuff all the time. And that's one of the things that has been given to me quite often is patterns. Okay. So there's that. So now we're going to put the wrapping paper ladies down at the bottom. we're going to have a lot of tags ready for this. Now remember, with your tags, they can also become tucks when you're making them ahead of time. And right now, since I don't have my journal pages put together, I'm just using some of the fun stuff that I have hanging around. Okay, I like that. Then we had a little piece of the pattern, or the tape measure. I'm going to put it here because I covered up her legs, so, or her foot, so we'll cover up her leg now too. And another button. We have a brown button here that already has the inside sewn. I'm going to go ahead and put that. Could do the thread again if you wanted to. And then on this one, I was going to add a safety pin. So just kind of get an idea of where you might want to add one. See if I like it as part of that. Yeah, I do, actually. We'll go ahead and I'm cutting this on the folds so that it's easier. Okay, so let's go ahead, put it through. Okay, and then I'm going to staple it, and I'll staple it with the safety pin, I think. We'll see if that works. Okay, so stapled it with the safety pin so that the safety pin is in there. And that gives me my second tag ready. And so let's see, what else do we have? We have this. I'm thinking just making this in because of this being compromised down here. What if we cut it across like this? Okay, I know I want this to be a flip. Okay, like that. And then we can come in and this can have a little pocket inside. Okay, so when you flip it up, it has a little pocket inside. So when I do that, I'm going to want to put my glue on the short piece here. Lift it up. Okay, and maybe we want there to be a little surprise on the inside here. So the other piece has little patterns. Okay. The other wrapping paper has little pattern fronts. And it's really funny because some of us have discovered that we had, or even still have, some of these patterns, which I think is hilarious. And I just had somebody give me more patterns, so I might even have more of them. Okay, so I'm going to put this pattern down in here as a little surprise on the inside of this flip. Okay, So that might make this a fun place for one of those tags. Can also add some pattern tissue. You can throw that away. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll grab, let's see. Yeah, it fits. So I think that would be really fun. I think since there's 3 on here, we'll use the single one. Okay, let's go ahead and get that ready. Whoops, almost didn't stamp it on the tag. Okay, there we go. A little distressing. Okay, there's that. Okay, so there we'll just add that little tiny piece up there. And there's still room, I mean this has some room in it, so I'm gonna see if I can find something that I can put in there. Too big. But if I fold it, there we go. We have our flip up, and it'll have this little pocket, has the little surprise inside. We have our card, journaling card, and our, I'm gonna cut this a little bit because it will drive her crazy if she's got string in her face, right? And we have this paint chip. So that gives me colorful items, and we have come into almost, well, looks like mid-century here. So the images, the other images are from the early 1900s in this digital, in this kit so far. And like I said, I'm looking for a, ooh, I wonder if one of them would work here. Oh, we lose her face. Other than that, that would have been cool. Yeah, so I think that this is going to be really a lot of fun to use. Again, this is the digital kit from Dear Julie Julie, the sewing kit. And you see these images are from the early 1900s. So we have several pockets that we can use. There's a pattern that we used there, and it has this little pocket on it. This has a little pocket. So we have a button here with some fabric. This is one of the images from the digital kit. So this is a paper clip. Maiden's Prayer. Here's the other side of the simplicity pattern, and it has this tag and a little flinch card tag here, which might be kind of fun to put one of the pattern pieces on the flinch card, I think, just to give it a little decoration. And you can use these like you would the stamps. Okay, so let's go ahead, put this on. And the flinch cards are also a digital kit from the Dear Julie Etsy shop, and the numbers go up to 31. So they are great for like using in your December daily, or if you're documenting October or November, or just using in your projects. They're a lot of fun. Okay, so there, just added that. Okay, might be fun to add one there too. Didn't have these when I made this. I started this journal a couple years ago. I've got several journals that I just need to finish. So today I will be adding all the people into the party that finished their July journals, and the party is Wednesday at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So if you finished your July journal for the challenge, you're going to want to be watching for that so that you can join us. Oh yeah, look at that. Very, very, very cool. That's on the other side of that. There we go. Look at, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what I'm working on, is finishing this sewing journal. Today I'm going to go ahead and find a book to put it in. I'll be doing the cover and putting the pages in. I also found some amazing pages in some vintage sewing magazines and special books. And so I'm looking forward to using those. And so here we go. We have these three, plus the little touches that we added to those others. Which one's your favorite? And have you made a sewing journal? I think it's really kind of fun. It would be kind of fun to have ideas, projects, measurements, that kind of thing to keep in a sewing journal, or just having it to be a journal. The other thing is I have these flowers here, and I was thinking about adding these in. I don't know. We'll see. I might add these in as well as another aspect of this little journal here. So find something to celebrate every day. Don't forget to subscribe and go watch either the playlist here or the special video I've added over here. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here. Bye. Bye-bye.